All right, happy Monday, Inspire Beauty. I'm super excited for our guest speaker tonight, and I can't wait to introduce her to you guys. I think she's gonna, it's just gonna be so good walking away today, especially on a launch day, all the things. But before that, I want to kick off a couple of announcements. Number one, get out from under whatever rock you've been hiding. Today, Let's Get Up launched. So if you're like, what launched? Just, I don't know, brush it off, because Let's Get Up is here. It's officially available for coaches to get their hands on, as well as brand new coaches to get their hands on. Carl Deichler, our CEO, gave us each a promo code for $40 off, my friends. That means that someone can join our community if they are already a customer and upgrade to becoming a coach for $90. Y'all, Shakeology isn't even $90, and they're gonna, what? Like, my mind is blown. I hope your mind is blown. And if they don't have BOD yet, for $10 more, they'll get a year of Beachbody On Demand. Are you kidding me? Right? Like, seriously? For $100. That's it? Like, my mind is just blown right now. So let's get up. Let's get focused. Let's get excited about talking about this, because even if this isn't the right program for somebody, this is the right promo for somebody. You know what I mean? Because they don't have to do Let's Get Up just because that's the pack they bought. They're going to have access to everything, right? And so just because this might not be the program, this is definitely the promo. So do not sit on those codes. Let's clear them. Make sure that you're reaching out to your downline coaches and everybody else on your team, and making sure that if they're not going to use it, that they give it over to you so that you can pay it forward and continue building this beautiful team. Focused Energy Bevy also launched today. And for the gals that joined me for we did a little launch day power hour. We talked about both because it's not just that Let's Get Up launch. You have a new tool in your toolbox as of today that you can start talking about, right? For that person that crashes every afternoon at the same time and they just have no energy. For that person that gives into all the cravings, right? You have a solution for them, but you don't have a solution for them if you don't actually know about the product, right? Annie she did an awesome job today in our coach sneak peek. I'll talk about that here in a second, but she talked about the fact that we can only be salesy when we don't have a deep why underneath what we're doing. So yeah, if you're just like, here, buy this product and I'll make a quick buck, then yeah, it's going to be icky. It's going to be salesy. But when you actually have experience and background and knowledge and firsthand trials with things, you can say, yeah, I loved that, or no, it's really not for me. And you can give actual honest feedback when people are asking you for support. So both of those are out today. Make sure you get your hands on them. And make sure that you go to the team page and shout yourself out so that you can be part of our raffle. If you missed the launch day power hour that I just referenced, I have it set. It was recorded, so it should be up on the team page as soon as possible, hopefully either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. I brushed upon the coach sneak peek, so this is a really great week. A bunch of leaders on our team, Leah, Kristen, Ashley, Annie, myself, we decided to team up and host the sneak peek this week surrounding the launch of Let's Get Up in a Facebook group, okay? At a minimum, you should be in that group like a sponge, right? Learning, how do you tell your story better? These ladies are doing a phenomenal job of telling their stories to their audience, right? So learning, how do you tell your story better? You could be a sponge in that group, learning, how do you talk about coaching better? You could be a sponge in that group, learning the common things and themes that happen when you do navigate discussions around joining the community, like what a coach even does. Why was coaching even created, right? What are people's common tendencies when they're concerned or hesitant about diving in, and how can you combat that? And so these are all things, how do we make money? Things like that, right? Like common things you want to talk about when you're growing your community, that these ladies are doing an amazing job answering. So if anything, even if you're like, well, I didn't have anybody to bring into the sneak peek this month, you should still be in there with right? Like being the best student ever, because this is just valuable knowledge that you can kind of keep a hold of as you're kind of grooming yourself to grow your team. So everybody should be in that sneak peek group, and just be in there like I tell you to be in every challenge group. Be the best one there. Don't let anyone else be a better coach than you in that group, right? Because it's your energy in our community that might inspire somebody else to say yes, or to be brave enough to comment under a post when they're uncertain, right? It's you going in there and creating that energy for others that'll cause them to have a little bit of courage maybe for themselves. So you are valuable. We need you in there. And if you have people this week that are excited about Let's Get Up and are unsure about the coaching opportunity, that is a great place to place them so they can get all of their questions answered and just be surrounded, right? And last thing, speaking of leaders, I have an amazing, here's the thing. There's a, what's the saying? Like, you're only as strong as, no, not that one. She's as strong as what's the tribe one? Tribe that has her back, not that one. I can't even think of the phrase I want to say right now, but all I know, you guys, is I am surrounded by some phenomenal leaders on this team that lift me up and make me look really stinking good. And I don't thank them enough. Next week, I'm going to be hopping away on vacation for the first time in Lord knows how long, because truly, what's vacation anymore, right? And Charlie and I are actually getting out of town, and I'm so fortunate, because I have no doubt in my mind that next week, our team's not just going to maintain, our team's not just going to survive through a week. I firmly believe that walking away next week, you guys will thrive without me. So I want you to know that I'm on vacation. If there's an emergency and your arm is cut off or your house is on fire, you can text me. But otherwise, reach out to Leah, reach out to Kristen, reach out to other leaders on this team that you can trust in. They will be there for you all next week. And they actually have a lot of fun things coming down the pipeline next week in my absence. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that and still attend, right? As if, because honestly, their information and their value that they add is probably going to be that much greater, knowing that that they're filling my shoes for the week, right? So be there, be present. Okay, that's it. That's it for me. That's all the announcements I got. Y'all, Christina, I'm so excited. She is joining us. Christina here is joining us, you guys, from New York City. She is married and they have a fur baby, but even better than that, probably not, I don't know. Are fur babies better or baby babies? I don't know. It's like, right? Like, I don't know. They have a special place in your heart, right? But she's 5 weeks away from meeting her baby girl, y'all. And she's giving us the gift of her time tonight. So grateful. She is a diamond coach. And the story that I love about this progression is she was a discount coach, which I'm sure a lot of you guys on this call right now can like attest, like, oh, I started just only wanting the discount on things, not wanting to coach others. That was her. That was Christina. And she transitioned into dabbling in the business, which some of you guys will gravitate towards, as a full-time nurse. Okay. So she's working this business, simultaneously full-time nursing, and then transitioned full-time coach. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Success Club 5 legend, which means all-star legend, which means she's hit Success Club and helped a minimum of 3 people every month for the last 2 years straight without missing a month. That is impressive, impressive, impressive. Both 2020 and 2021, she ended in the top 1,000 in this company. Y'all, this company has I don't know, 450,000 coaches. So to be in the top 1,000 is like the top 1%, not even, like probably 0.1%. So that's amazing. That just shows that she has leadership, that shows that she is able to support her team of coaches and have them duplicate her success. So just amazing stuff. But what I love most, and I'm going to let you take the mic here in a second, Christine, but what I love most, you guys, is that as a diamond coach, we have plenty of diamond coaches on this team, right? And as a diamond coach, I love that when I asked her, what topic are you confident on? She said, owning your business. And I'm like, yes, the world of Beachbody needs more of you, because you don't need to be 5-star, 15-star, right? You don't have to be the top coach, right? To finally own your business. You have to give yourself permission. And so I know Christina's going to have some gold for us tonight, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to mute myself and you can take it away.
Hi guys, you are the absolute sweetest, Brittany. That was such a nice introduction and even just a nice learning opportunity to see how you led the call. So nice. I am so excited to speak to you guys. My hubby just said he's taking our fur baby to the dog park, so we should not have any interruptions, which is wonderful because I hear her being a wild child in the background. Do I have capabilities of sharing? I think. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Brittany introduced me in a wonderful way, gave you the quick synopsis of like who I am. And I feel like we all obviously have different personalities. When I'm on a team call and I'm being spoken to, I love hearing people's stories, but then also I'm kind of like, can you just get to like the stuff? Because like I want to learn, like I'm here to learn, like that's my personality. So I just kind of dive right in without giving too much of my backstory and like kind of weave it in along the way. So hopefully you don't mind not hearing too much about me, and hopefully you walk away knowing how you can take more ownership of your business. Okay, little presentation so I stay on point. So I call this like a gut check in your business, because in this business, you need to have a mindset of consistency and you need to have a mindset of ownership in order to truly see success. But the only way you're going to get to that success is if you realize where you're lacking in this business. But let's talk about the definition of success for a hot second, because I think so many people get caught up in your rank or get caught up in Success Club. And there are so many different ways to determine your success in this business. And someone shared this exact slide on one of my team calls back in 2017. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. And like next year, I'm gonna replicate it and see what happens. And I didn't realize how valuable this slide would be to me as the years went on, when this bottom barely changed. So drop in the chat box actually how long you've been a coach, what rank you are, just so I can know who I'm speaking to as I speak, and make sure I talk at like whatever levels you guys are at. But if I only looked at like where my rank was year after year, it could be really easy and still sometimes gets in my head, and I try not to get discouraged of it because I see so many other things changing at the same time. I see that I've accomplished the ability to get elite points the past 2 years. My strong leg, my mouse is being stupid today. I don't know if it's my fingers or my mouse. But my weak leg and my strong leg volume has grown tremendously over the years. My downline has grown so much. My personally sponsored coaches has changed. You might look at this 2017 to 2018 column and think that that is where I had a lot of growth in my business. In terms of building my team, it's not. This was 2 business builders. Actually, that's a lie. This was 1 business builder and my husband. This is all discount coaches. Where my business really changed was between 2018 and 2019, when all 15 of these coaches became business builders. Whether they were hobby, dabbling a little more, really wanted to make this full time, they all wanted to work the business in some way. So what did I do between 2018 and 2019 to see growth in my business and start really attracting people to my team? I had to give myself a gut check, because in that year, what I wanted to do was leave nursing. I was tired of, is anyone on this team a nurse? Or in medical? Ashley, I think I saw you raise your hand. I was tired of working overnight shift in the hospital. I transitioned to a school nurse. I was tired of working Monday to Friday and being so tired on the weekends, and then only having 5 days to take off throughout the year for sickness and whatever else came up. And I was just like done. I wanted time freedom. Time freedom was one of the biggest driving factors of me growing this business. So I had to figure out, how the hell do I make a big enough income that I can stay home and my husband won't tell me to go back to work? So what is the gut check I gave myself? That is what this whole call is about. So if I talk to you in like a super tough love way, know that it's only because that's the way I had to talk to myself to truly take ownership of this business. Like, where can I change and what can I do to be better? So I wrote down the steps I had to take, and it was in an order. I had to start believing in myself, because at the time I was a rocky diamond. I had to start showing up for myself, and I started having to attract others. So those are like the 3 steps I like to highlight in what I call the passion package, which I don't know why I named it that. It was like the first thing that came to my head. And now whenever I just say passion package, it makes me smile in a call. So I've kept it that. So hopefully you laugh a little with me every time I say passion. I'm probably not going to say it too often, but it'll be on the screen. So believing in yourself. I had about 6 months to change my business, to bring in enough income to be able to stay home, because I didn't want to sign on for, if you work in a school, I didn't want to sign on for another full year of school nursing. I wanted June to come, I wanted to give my notice, and I wanted to be gone. I would never leave the school in the middle of a school year. So for me, I had that time crunch, which I think really helps me as I do good with time crunches. I don't know what the formal word for that is, but I had to believe that I could lead a team. And I know people talk about affirmations all the time, and you've probably heard of it, but are you actually doing them? Because I wasn't actually doing them. I knew what they were, but I didn't live by them. So I realized that I had an inner mean girl who told me it wasn't possible for me to build this business. And the only person who could get rid of my inner mean girl was me. And it's the same for you. The only way you can change the voice in your head is to give it a different voice. And the way you can do that is feeding yourself a different belief process. So things I needed to hear back at that time where I was changing, trying to own my business more, was I am a wonderful leader exactly as I am today. I am taking steps to becoming a better leader every single day. I am full of fantastic ideas. I am attracting dream coaches to my team, and they believe in me as their leader. I'm capable of building a fast growing team. I'm building a 6-figure business. I am proud of myself and all that I've accomplished, and I know that even more success lies in my future. I didn't believe one of those. At the time I started saying these, I did not believe any of those. But what I did was, every morning on my commute from my apartment to my nursing job in New York City, so it was 5 days a week, I had these written in the notes app of my phone, and I would read them as I walked, trying to change the thought process so that I started believing it. And I started to believe it, and it was like really cool to see myself like catch myself say something mean to myself in my head and then be able to change it and be like, no, that's not true. So battling that inner mean girl is something that like really is the first step of this process. And these may not be the exact affirmations you need. Maybe one of them hits home, but I challenge you to think of, what are the mean things you say to yourself in your head about this business? I'm not good enough. I will never reach diamond rank. I will never lose those 5 pounds. I will never, whatever you think is holding you back, and you truly believe is holding you back, rewrite the script and start telling yourself something different on a daily basis. And I don't know if you guys have ever read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's one of my favorite books, a little dry, but he's got some really good tips in there. He talks about when you want to build a new habit, such as telling yourself affirmations, tie it to a habit you're already doing. So for me, back then, it was every day I was already walking to the subway, so doing the affirmations at the same time was easy for me. Maybe you wake up and the first thing you do is brush your teeth. So have those affirmations written in your phone and make sure you brush your teeth the whole time you're reading those affirmations. Maybe the first thing you do is make energize. So tie it to the minute you finish making your energize, you take that pause from editing your dance video or whatever you do and you read your affirmations. Think of what you do in the morning to set your tone for the day and tie it to that, because it is so helpful when you do that. Maybe it's writing in your planner. Maybe you're an audio learner and you want to record yourself saying all of them and then listen to it back. So many different ways you can go about it, but I challenge you to start using them, because you can't build if you don't believe. You have to start by believing in yourself. If you like one of those affirmations, I'm going to open the chat box for a hot second. I don't usually go there too often just because I get ADD. Not diagnosed, just self-diagnosed. 2 years, 4 years, 7 years, 2 years, 5 years, yay, 4 years, all over the place. Love it. Awesome. So drop one of these affirmations that you see that you're like, I need that. I need that to battle my inner mean girl. Drop it in the chat box, because if all you walk away with from this call, I hope it's not all you walk away with, but if all you walk away with is one freaking sentence to say to yourself every single day, you're walking away with something that can help you build your business. And I'm so happy for that. And if none of these resonate with you, that's okay. I'm not offended. They're what I needed. So tell me something that you need in this moment to start rewriting your own story. I'm going to move on. Okay, passion package. Okay, we're not really believing in ourselves, but we're pretending to believe in ourselves right now. Next step, it's showing up for yourself. I thought I was doing the things, you guys. Anyone else feel like they're doing the things, but they feel a little stuck? That's how I felt. So I had to give myself a gut check of, am I really showing up, or do I think I'm showing up? So the things I had to ask, actually, I'm not there yet. One of my favorite quotes, book Build to Last by Keith Callahan. He says, there's no shortcuts to the top in this industry. You have to become a person capable of achieving success yourself before you can mentor others to success. I love that quote. You have to become the person, and then you can mentor others. So if you don't have that team beneath you, it's because you haven't reached the level you need to reach in order to mentor them as successfully as you want. So these questions are going to help you hone in on what can I do a little bit better. So let's do a little rundown. When was the last time you completed a workout program, start to finish, like per the calendar, add or subtract 5 days, add, not subtract, don't go wild. Add 5 days. Math is not my strong suit, pregnant. Add 5 days, because we're not all perfect human beings and there's life. But when was the last time you finished, start to finish, you shared your journey every single day in your stories, and you shared your before and afters? I don't give a flop. Do you guys curse? Is cursing allowed? I don't know. Maybe. I don't give a shit if your before and afters go in reverse, because mine have. There was a summer where Lift 4 released, and that summer my husband and I spent traveling Europe for almost a month. My before photo did not really do anything compared to my after photo, but I shared it because how cool is it that during the summer that I went to Europe and all this shit in life happened, and I didn't go and like gain 700 pounds from eating all the pasta in Italy. I don't care if nothing changes in your before and after. It's the photos, it's the story you're telling about the photo that matters. Someone is looking to not gain, I heard a COVID 15, like remember freshman 15 in college? There's now a phrase COVID 15, which I heard for the first time today. I don't know, maybe you guys have heard it before. I hadn't until today. But maybe someone is just looking to not gain weight right now because that's what they're struggling with. They don't even care about losing it. So make sure you're sharing your before and afters and your whole journey. Second, you guys have been coaches, most of you said for a while. I really hope you've completed more than one program. 2, 5, keep going. I think I've been in this business about 4 years. I'm probably, I don't know, 18-ish programs if I had to pick a number. If you are the type of person who's redoing the same program over and over, is my point, don't stop, because people are sick of watching you do the same program. You're plateauing your own results by doing that same program over and over. You're not learning other programs to help any customers that are going through it. You are putting your business based on 1 or 2 or 3 workout programs or 1 trainer. If my coach, I started Let's Get Up today because I can dance while I'm pregnant. This pregnant, not that cute, but it's working. But Sean T is not my sole trainer, you guys. I cannot keep up with that man. Like Transform 20 was like Transform 30 for me. Tripped over the step, looked like a hot mess express. Like every day I just shared my bloopers because there wasn't like good stuff to share. So anyone who I sign up that starts Transform 20 and they're struggling with the program, because I've started it and I finished it, even though it wasn't my sole program, and I did it once as a coach to learn, I can walk them through. I understand, here's some bloopers. I look like an asshole too. I didn't want to finish it, but I could do anything for 6 weeks and look at the awesome results I got. I didn't really love the workout moves, but I fell in love with the things he said. Can you reframe each workout to listen for the things he says? I also loved reading Sean T's book during that program. T is for transformation. Maybe if you read it too, you'll find more of an appreciation for the step. Like, I now have all these things in my head that I can walk people through of so many different workout programs that we have access to because I've completed them, not because I got spoon-fed by Brittany what the program is about and can regurgitate the surface level of it. No, like, here's a blooper. It's really funny, go watch. So I challenge you to stop repeating the same programs, stop repeating only the same trainer, and go and own your business by understanding more that we have to offer. Because there are so many beautiful things in our access right now. Literally everything. Have you gotten the best results from your workouts because you're using our supplements? Energize, Recover, Hydrate. For like my first 6 months signed up as a discount coach, I didn't buy Energize. I just thought I was an athlete growing up. I don't need Energize. Like, people who need pre-workout, like, I'm cooler than them, like, blah, blah, blah. No. Try it and see how it works. Maybe you're going to become obsessed with it. Maybe you won't, but maybe then you'll be able to talk about why it's not for you. You don't know unless you know. So I challenge you. I love picking a product every month, every couple months that I've never tried before and trying it. We even have like the weekender kit where you can now try like one of something and see what you think of it. You don't have to like go all in on a tub of Hydrate and hope you like it. And we also have a 30-day money back guarantee, so you could too. Yesterday, I don't know if I bought it after midnight, Focus Bevy. Sounds like wonders for me, either when I'm pregnant or that afternoon pick me up after a baby. I don't care when I'm having it, but I'm so freaking excited for it. So go try new products. When was the last time you tried a recipe from the blog or Fixate or Mindset menu? Because if you're eating freaking chicken, broccoli, and rice every damn day, no one's going to join you because people want to eat. Okay, simple meal prep is beautiful. That is a great thing to teach people, but teach people all the different styles of simple meal prep we have to offer, because no one wants to see and think that they're going to be required to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice every single day on this journey. We have so many incredible recipes in our access. If someone tells me they're sick of what they have to eat, I can mentally list off 15 Fixate recipes, 3 Mindset. I'm eating tropical mango, whatever it's called, salad from the Mindset menu this week. Added chicken to it. It's my lunch. Go and try the beautiful recipes we have to offer. When was the last time, oh, this one's hard. When was the last time you followed the portion containers or to be perfectly? Just 3 days in a row. That's hard, you guys. I made like a bingo box for my team, and like everything, that was one of the boxes. It was the last box I could check off because I was freaking like, I want a piece of dark chocolate. I think I'm gonna get just one extra carb today, or like I missed a veggie. 3 days. It took me so long to check that box off. But if I can't do it, how can I expect my client to do it or another coach on my team? You have to find a way to figure out how to do it so that you can teach me other people how to do it. Start with 3 days. 1, I don't know what you struggle with. You can do it. And when was the last time you finished a personal development book from beginning to end? So important in this business. Like I said in the last slide, you're your own voice in your head. Make it a nice place to be. I had to ask myself all of that in order to take ownership of my business. And I'm not here to tell you you need to do all of these things perfectly tomorrow, because that's not realistic. I'm asking you, what is one of these? Actually, I'm going to get to something in a second that to help you pinpoint which one I want you to do. Okay, that was showing up for me. Cool. Showing up for me is like my favorite part of this business. I find that like the easiest part, but showing up for the business aspect of it. When was the last time you filled in your business activity tracker for a week straight? I don't care what version you're using these days, but just a week. We now have that Take Action Challenge, and they're legit giving out prizes of money, vacations. Like, if that's not motivation, we need to figure out your love language. But go in and fill it out. Set an alarm on your phone. I did like a business activity. If that's something your team struggles with, or you and another coach on this team, we did like an accountability thread on our team page of dropping our bat every day, like screenshots of it, and having that alarm go off every night, even if it's just you doing it on your own. Having an alarm on your phone at 9 p.m. that goes off, did you fill in your business activity tracker today? And go and log into the coach office and fill out the new digital one. I challenge you, start using it, because you're going to realize the boxes you're not checking as often as you think you're checking them. Because every time you postpone invites, tomorrow I'll get to them, tomorrow I'll get to them, tomorrow I'll get to them, follow-ups, you're going to realize how many days you're not actually doing the things. This one's hard for me. Do you post? These are the numbers I say and tell my team. Whatever Brittany tells you and advises you, obviously listen to whatever she says too. Do you post at least 4 times a week? And are you sharing 8 or more stories a day, being proof of product and relatable as a human? No one's following you because they care about Beachbody. I'm sorry to break it to you, but probably not the reason why they're following you. They're inspired by you. They're educated by you. They are entertained by you. Make sure you share it all and consistently. You can go into the archive of your Instagram and you can count how many stories you've had for like 4 years. Don't do that, that's weird. But like the past 3 weeks, see how many stories you're sharing on a daily basis. See how many times you're sharing a product, or you sharing your Shakeology or your Energize. Because if you're trying to sell me a challenge pack and I've seen that product once in the past month, I'm not buying that shit from you. I want to buy it from someone who's using it and proves it and loves it. Are you hitting Success Club each month? Because you're making it a non-negotiable. For me, like the first 8 months of my business, when I was a discount kind of hobby coach, I hit it once. And I was frustrated that I wasn't hitting it and other people were. But had I looked at my business activity tracker, I'd realize I wasn't sending as many invites as I needed to. And I didn't make it a non-negotiable. Like I didn't care to stay up till midnight on the last day of the month to make sure I hit it. Like, are you doing that? Because on my honeymoon on New Year's in Thailand, my husband was sleeping, I had a stomach ache and was in the bathroom, and you bet your ass I was sending invites. And I had Success Club 10 on my honeymoon in Bali at 2 a.m. on New Year's because it was a non-negotiable for me. Is it non-negotiable for you? Or are you just hoping each month? You guys seem really good from who I can see on my screen in this moment. Are you hopping on weekly team calls, distraction-free, learning, and then applying? Applying keyword, I should probably underline that. And are you watching the National Wake Up Call? Because I'm super honest. Every wake up call I don't love. Every team call I don't love. But every national wake up call and every team call, I walk away with one thing that can help my business. And that's all that matters. So watch them, learn from them, and use them. When was the last challenge group you ran? When is the next one of each? And are you wholeheartedly participating in them? Because if you're not showing up with your whole heart in them, neither are your people. So if you're wondering why they're not excited to be in there, it's because you're not showing that excitement to be in there. Did you attend the last Super Saturday? The one before that? Are you attending Summit? That shit lights fires, you guys. So much fire comes from live virtual events, whatever we want to call them these days. And when was the last time you did a workout on Zoom with either a teammate or a boot camp member? Because it's little things like that that can change your business. I had a client who just wanted to work out with me every morning, and now she's as a coach on my team and showing up all the time, and I love her. A little tweak like that can make a big difference. Like I said, I share all this tough love, and every time I give this call, I'm gut checking myself along the way. Like I'm like, shit, I need to do that one and that one this week, and that one's what I'm struggling with. And like it's an ebb and flow. You're gonna rock some things sometimes, you're gonna struggle with some things sometimes. It's gonna change it up. But you only know if you do this gut check for yourself so that you can take ownership in your business. If you want to attract a team, they have to see this full passion package from you. If you don't believe in the products, and you aren't showing up wholeheartedly for yourself and this business, neither will your future team. The belief begins with you, gets shared with them, and it just keeps trickling down. One of my favorite quotes from Build to Last Again is, to paraphrase Wayne Dyer, it doesn't matter what you're willing to do. People are willing to do a lot. I'm sure you too have been willing to do a lot. What's the piece you're not willing to do? Meaning, which question above did I ask you that seems so freaking hard? That's where you need to start. What is the piece you're not willing to do? If you want success at the highest level, you have to get your I'm not willing to do that list as close as possible to 0. Whatever that is, get clear about those places you don't want to go, those things you don't want to do, because that's where the real change occurs in this business. Whatever above I said seemed the hardest for you, that is where I want you to begin. Eat that frog. You're way more capable than you give yourself credit for. Just do the damn thing. So what is one action out of all of that that is the one that you think is the hardest for you, that you're like, okay, as soon as we get off this call, I'm going to start taking ownership of X. Hold on, I'm scrolling the chat as you guys add more to the chat. Tiffany couldn't listen to the NWC at work today. Totally okay, as long as you just listen at some point during the week. When I was a nurse, it happened on a commute during the week. It doesn't have to be exactly when it happens. Is everyone's dog okay? No one has to take pictures. I'll send the slides to Brittany. You can, but I'll also give you the slides as well. Happy to be lighting a fire. Love all of these. Okay, I probably should have scrolled down instead of up. Posting Bailey filling out my bat. I do my workouts for this new program and show every day. Yay. Nutrition. Okay, it seems like there's common themes. If you girls look at the if you look at the chat, I see nutrition, I see posting, I see business activity tracker in general, I see doing workouts. Pair up with someone who's saying the exact same thing in this chat as you. Hold each other accountable. Make it fun. You don't have to do this on your own. It's the beauty of having a team. And the beauty is, if you struggle together, you can grow together. Because no one wants to be left behind. I don't want to be the person on the group chat that's like shit in the bed. Help pull that person along. All right. Clearly, I need to hone in on the cursing before this baby girl gets here. First word's going to be fuck, like Meet the Fockers. Okay. Another quote I like. Sorry, I'm big into quotes because sometimes I just like the words escape me clearly. Every moment of failure has shaped you. Don't let the lie that you need to have it all together hold you back from being a confident, successful boss or coach today. It's from a book, Thinking Like a Boss by Kate Krakow. And I share this because I may have went through all of those questions and you may have felt like absolute garbage because so many of them you weren't doing. And I don't want you to feel like absolute garbage. I want you to feel like, you know what? This is what I need to get my act together. I'm going to start with one thing and then I'm going to move to the next and I'm going to move to the next. There's so many times I have failed in this business, you guys. This is pictures. I'm a very petite person when I'm not 35 weeks pregnant. And my before and afters aren't the most impressive thing on the planet. These were my before and afters of the very first program I did, which was 21 Day Fix. And I got 1 week in. I was so sore I couldn't walk. Actually 4 days. I got 4 days in. As a former athlete, getting only 4 days into home workouts and not being able to walk was like an ego crusher. I went to my nursing shifts that night and the nursing assistant was like, Christina, why are you walking so funny? I'm like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And I had to take I don't know, whatever, Thursday to Monday off and then pick up again with 21 Day Fix because I was so sore. So I finished 21 Day Fix in, I don't know, 25 days or whatever it is. And I'm grateful for that because now whenever I have someone who struggles to finish a program perfectly, gets too sore, life happens, I tell them the calendar's there, but no one's a perfect human being. You're not a perfect human being when it comes to doing a workout program. I think anyone who finishes a workout program start to finish exactly as a calendar just had like a miracle happen, because life happens and sometimes you move a day and that's okay. But your choice is to let the failure knock you down. So a failure you found in one of the gut checks above, or you let yourself overcome it. It's only a failure if you do not learn and grow from it. Let me repeat that again. Anything in this business is only a failure if you don't learn and grow from it. Because everything you fail at, you can then teach your coaches. None of your coaches are going to be perfect. They're going to fail at something. And you're going to have your own failure story to tell them. I love telling my coaches that I didn't hit Success Club for only 1 out of my first 8 months. Because now when I tell them how I hit it consistently, they trust me more because it never came easy to me. Someday when I'm a 5-star diamond or I'm elite in 15 superstars, I am going to talk about the years I spent at Emerald and Diamond, because I'm just never going to give up. It's just consistency over time and taking ownership. Nothing is a failure unless you stop. Everything is a failure. Whatever I'm trying to say. It's a failure if you stop and if you quit. It's not a failure if you keep growing and keep learning. Okay. Believing in ourselves, showing up for ourselves. Now we have to attract others. How do we do that? I want to ask you, when I go to your stories or I go to your posts, am I seeing a diary of your day? Or am I seeing that you have a business that you own and that you're working? Because so many people, I think, get caught up in the diary of the day, myself included. This is something I'm working on right now. They're caught up in the diary of their day, but not really teaching people that they can join them, teaching people that they have a business opportunity to offer them. You have to show that side of this business to attract others to join you. So do you share the behind the scenes of coaching in your stories with passion every single day to show that not only are you on a health journey, but you also help others? There's a big difference in that. So what are some things that you can do to share that you have a business, that you're working a business, that people can join you in this business? Sneak peeks. Brittany just mentioned something, a collaborative effort she was doing that she wanted you to join, learn from, grow from. That is something you could be sharing in your stories. And it drives me crazy when coaches tell me they're not ready to do a sneak peek, because doing a sneak peek before you're ready prepares you for the day that someone shows up that wants to learn from you. So if you sound like an absolute babbling idiot, your very first sneak peek, you might call that a failure, but if no one's watching, who cares? Because the day someone does start watching you, you're going to sound really professional and awesome because you've been practicing. So get in on a sneak peek as soon as you can, please, because you're only going to set yourself up for that person that's coming by practicing now. Are you sharing our virtual, or we don't have live events right now, but virtual events? Are you sharing like watching Super Saturday, planning for Summit, all that good stuff? You might be super new in this business and you don't have results of clients to share, or you just might be at a stagnant point where like no one seems to be doing anything that is one of your clients. But whether you're sharing client results or teammate results, you're part of a teammate getting results. Because Brittany showing up helps Kristen. Kristen showing up helps Tracy. Tracy showing up helps Kelly. So anyone who's getting results feeds off your energy, feeds off your help with accountability, feeds off of all of that. So shout each other out. Take a picture of a team call and share that you're on it and you're learning and growing. My biggest pet peeve. I don't know if Brittany does this, but if she takes a picture of her team call and she shares it in her stories and all you do is reshare it to your stories, that just tells your followers why Brittany is excited for the team call. And where Brittany is in this business and where you are in this business are very different. So I want you to stop just regurgitating that shared post and tell people why the team call was special for you. I highly doubt there's someone on this call who does not have a phone next to them. I highly doubt your phone is in another room right now. So take a picture. If you're recording it, pause, whatever. Take a picture and share it on your stories and tell people what you're learning, because that's what your followers care about, you, not Brittany or whoever. Share what your office space looks like. My office space changes on a daily basis. This was a picture of an airport back in the day when flights were happening. That was me working in an airport. Now, sometimes I share, this room is a hot mess express right now, but it is like half office, half baby nursery. But my husband's working from home 24/7 and he talks loud as hell. So like sometimes I'm in here, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm at the kitchen table, the living room, and I just show wherever I'm working for the day. No one needs to have this fancy office that's beautiful in order to share it, because most likely the coach that you're signing up doesn't have that. So share what your office space looks like. And this one's my favorite because I think it's something not enough people do. What are you creating in this business? Are you scheduling your posts for your challenge group to help people get set up for success? Are you just creating those graphics? Are you creating graphics for a sneak peek? Are you writing an email to a client? What are you creating? Take pictures of all the things you create in a week. Maybe it's content planning for a post. Whatever for the posts, whatever it is, take pictures and share that, because there's some really freaking creative people out there that would love this aspect of this business. Okay, you're sharing it in your stories is kind of what I was talking about up here. If you looked at I talk about Instagram a lot because that's where I had the most business. But let me like make up fake numbers. If I have 3,000 followers and I get 500 story views on a daily basis, that's 2,500 people who know nothing about me. The only way they learn about me is if I'm posting. So if you are only sharing in your stories, you're missing out on a huge number of followers. Think about your own numbers and how many people have no idea what your life is about if you're not posting at the same time. So not only do I want to see you sharing this stuff in stories, it's important to write posts about it too. These, I feel like, most of them seem easier to share in stories, where I feel like posts are more about what coaching has done for you that the other yous of the world also need. You can share, obviously these interchange, but just a slight difference for me when I talk about them. So for me, coaching has given me friendships, earning trips. This is dreaming about a different work schedule when I was nursing, and I was sick of, I went on the Success Club trip, the cruise, and had to use 3 of my 5 personal days for the whole school year just to go on that cruise. And I was so annoyed. Like, why can't I go whenever I want, where I want? Becoming a better version of ourselves, accountability and money, all important things to make sure you're not only talking about stuff in your stories, but in your posts in order to attract builders. You have to show up in both. And like I mentioned before, are you helping to run coach sneak peeks? Or I should say, first, are you participating in them? Second, are you helping to run them? Or have you started running them on your own? Because you don't have to wait for Brittany to invite you to a coach sneak peek for you to be a part of a sneak peek. You can run your own because you can watch hers and learn and replicate. So can you run more of them? Or try a new way of doing it, or maybe promote it in a different or better way? Like I said, take pictures, share them in your stories, posts, but make sure you're not wondering why you're not attracting coaches to your team, but you're not talking about it and you're not running sneak peeks. Because maybe that's an aspect of your business. Attracting people is where you're lacking right now. Of those, what is one action you can start taking to attract more coaches to your team? Brittany, I promise I didn't pay her to say this stuff. No, she didn't. Leah, I don't care. Or Leia, is that how she say it? Leia, I thought she said in the beginning. I don't care when you take the photo. Boom. Very beginning, just as long as you take it. Sneak peeks, is this for new programs or just to showcase what you're working on currently? Showcasing the business opportunity is what I mean when I say sneak peek, like telling people what coaching is, why they might want to join and be a coach as well. Sharing the coaching opportunity with them is what I specifically mean. It is awesome to run sneak peeks of programs and stuff. You can sign builders from it, but I was specifically talking about coaching in that moment. Love it. So many awesome answers. Okay, last thing I want to leave you with. I want you to think of 3 coaches or 1 coach. I don't care how many you think of. Someone you look up to in this business. And when you're debating if you should take an action, I want you to think about what they would tell you to do or what they would say to do. If you were like, I'm thinking of running a coach sneak peek, or I think I'm thinking about making this post, or I'm thinking about committing to this workout program, or take a minute. And if you told Brittany that, would she say, go for it, do it, please? That sounds like a great idea. Then go do it. Stop thinking about it. Go do it. You are in charge of your business. The effort you put in determines what you get out of it. And you're all here tonight because you want to get something out of it, right? Whether that's friendship or community or leave a job. You all are capable. You're all worthy. Repeat all your affirmations. Brittany didn't pay me. That's it. I'm making bracelets.
I'm making bracelets for Summit, WWBD. I love it.
Okay. I love that.
First of all, I did not pay her to say those things. Although now that I think about it, I feel like there's like a royalty check I should be giving over or something, because girl, like, yes, on my heart, on fire. One of the things that we say on our team, and it's actually, when you join, you have to get a tattoo of it. No, it's just on our swag, but it says, it starts with me. That's like our little hashtag. It's like our saying.
I love that.
It starts with me. And even today, like, let's get up. Don't freaking tell a single person about let's get up if you didn't go buy it yourself, because it starts with you, right? Yeah, tattoos. And I mean, I feel like your entire talk tonight just encompassed that to a T. Like, it doesn't, owning your business starts with you, and no one's going to give you permission. And this is fire, y'all. I need to rewatch this. You blew me away tonight, Christina. Thank you for that.
Happy to help. Like I said, I'll send the slides, because not everyone has an hour, however long it was, to rewatch a team call constantly, but at least you can look at the slides and be like, what should I work on this month?
Yeah.
Because if one gets better month after month, you are in a totally different place in a year.
So good. And
so
really,
happy to help.
Yeah, just guys, do you have any, I know we're getting close to the 7 o'clock hour here Central Time, but does anybody have any questions for Christina? Just in terms of her business, she's truly, I love the progression you showed us, because it's relevant, I think, to a lot of our teammates right now, and in where your journeys are at, and also maybe where some of you are starting, or where your square one is. You can see her puzzle pieces fitting into that. Do you have questions for her before we hop off? I'm going to ask you one, and this is only because I'm interested to know. I feel like your upline coach does not work the business the same way that maybe she used to, or is not fully, I don't know. But do you have upline, like a lot of upline support, or do you feel like you are kind of forging your own trail in this business a little bit, and kind of having to be the leader that you're, creating for your team?
I think it's a combination of both. My direct upline, like my immediate coach, isn't the biggest support. She's gone through a lot of personal struggles that when she could have leaned in, she leaned out of the business. I've never been through her struggles. I can't say what I would have done. So above her, I do have coaches that are very helpful. I'm part of a very good team. Boom. I'm not sure if you've heard like Pat Reelman. The Reelmans are at the top of our upline, and they are great with giving support. I think I have personally chosen to pick a few leaders that I look up to, and I've asked them, can I join your team page to learn? So there's 2 leaders that I really like on our team that I am on their team pages, and I pick up bits and pieces when I can from them. And I ask that, and I like reshare stuff that they share on their pages, and that's where I pick it up.
Yeah. I think in this business, for me, being a sponge is really important. You seem like an absolute sponge. Even from the first thing you said was, you know, my intro was a learning opportunity for you. You're always, it looks like you're always in a position of how can I be a sponge right now? What can I learn from this? Which I love. That is a secret to success, y'all. But you can't also just be a sponge that's holding water until it gets like moldy and nasty. You actually have to like go do something with the things that you've like absorbed, right? And I feel like you have a very creative, just problem solving, solution oriented, you know, spirit that is also really important, which is why I asked, like, I was just interested because it doesn't seem like there's anyone's coattails that you are like attempting to just hang on to. I love that. That's really cool.
I'll try not to. Leah asked, do I mainly just share the business in my stories? You know, I wish I could say yes. I wish I could say that that was a strength of mine. That's something I'm 100% working on right now, because if I went back to that graphic I showed with all the different years, the past year, my team has really stayed the same amount of coaches, lost and gained a little bit. And I think my missing sauce in this moment of life is not talking about coaching enough, not running sneak peeks enough, not owning that aspect of my business. When I give this gut check, like I'm like, crap, I'm gut checking them what I have to gut check myself. So if you go to my stories right now, I gut check myself as I was asking you the questions, and I didn't do as many of those as I should have. Definitely something I need to work on. I've been trying to read more of Josh Coates for personal development, because personal development needs to be personal to you, right? Like you need to work on what you personally struggle with. You're developing yourself as a person. So I've been trying to look for more resources in terms of sharing coaching. It's like my current. You don't need to share about your coaches. You just need to share about what coaching is doing for you.
Yeah. And I think too, it's important to realize when you look on this screen right now, so Leah, if you were to take a boomerang right now on your own Instagram story of these faces on the screen, there's not a single person watching your story other than these other faces that know that this isn't your team. But that's the crazy part. There's a lot of faces on here. They're not my PS coaches either, yet I'm going to pretend like they are my own. Right. And so it's not, no one knows, like you're the only one that knows that. And so we've got to get out of this, this blockage, this lie we tell ourselves that like, I don't have enough yet. Right. Anyone can go to our sneak peek page today and do a boomerang of Annie doing her story, or capture a 15-second clip of her story that was awesome and reshare that and talk about, you know, today in our sneak peek, this is what we did. Annie doesn't have to be your coach to be able to share that, right? Which, by the way, that's what I'm doing after that gut check.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every coach started with no one below them. So you just got to get creative in the ways you do share it.
Sure.
Like, what do you hope for in a coach? What do you want them to get from this that you have gotten from it yourself? I'm adopted.
Any last questions, guys? I don't see any more coming through.